So I'm drinking my coffee with a straw because that's what I do. Mm. Sorry, I'm gonna cover my cut lip with real lipstick, just like Amber does. I don't have a cut lip, just like she didn't have a cut lip either. Anyway, so Johnny filed this thing today, okay, and it's not as easy as it sounds. I was making it sound like super easy in my first video, like, hey, yeah, he filed this, so we all get answers. The problem with this is they're backed up by Elon Musk and other organizations. They have probably no name, but they still have a lot of money. And it's going to be really hard because if they admit to this, they gave her a platform and they pretty much told her to write the Washington Post about Johnny. They pretty much told her. I'm not saying Amber is innocent. I'm saying that it's on their big agenda. We know to do this and to just like paint this horrible, picture of men, and they've been doing this for years, since Me Too. So the Washington Post is as guilty as Amber. That's what I'm trying to say. Everybody's all like, whoa, she did this, she did that. She did it because she got people backing her up. She would never be able to do this with a webcam from her house. She got people saying, hey, here, you can write an essay on our paper. Just like Ashley, all the Ashleys and Esme and Evan Rachel Wood. They're evil and they're bad and they're having a big conspiracy against them, and they're very canny and cruel, and what they're doing is a shame and it's not okay. But also they won't be able to do it if they didn't have a lot of people backing them up. From LA Times to People magazine, Sun. This Sun is really a tabloid. It's a gossip magazine in the UK. It cannot be really taken serious. But when I read yesterday that LA Times called Manson a disgraced musician, it's like my heart stopped. I was like, really? Are we going with the name calling again? I mean, isn't it not enough that everybody thinks you are a rapist and all this, but you have to be, name calling on the LA Times, which is one of the biggest publications because it's LA, okay? So I'm not saying that every state is not important. I'm saying that you put something in the LA Times, Washington Post, and the New York Post, the New York Times, and it's going to go all over the country because it's not a little publication, and it's not a little, gossipy, trashy channel like TMZ. The LA Times, the New York Post, the Washington Post, it is a big deal. So it is pretty shameful. So yeah, it's the girls' fault, the women's, they're doing this, but also there's a lot of people backing them up, a lot of people in this machinery. That is a snowball effect, just like Manson said in 2017. He called it. He said this was going to happen as a result of just everybody blaming everybody for something. And you have to blame somebody for something that you're not proud of doing, or you're embarrassed about something that you did, or you're not sure because you're just trying to make some cash out of it, so you're just going for the easy target. And that's really, the more I think about it, the more annoyed I guess. I get like, not because they're women, I mean because they're women, I'm a woman, so it annoys me, but at the same time it's just as people. And actually annoys me the people that believe them at face value. The people that gonna go to the Walmart, or whatever, the supermarket, and they're gonna pick up a cover of People's magazine, and they're gonna see Ashley Morgan on the cover, and they're gonna take that home and read it and believe 100% what she's saying. It's very sad. It's really sad. That's what it is. So they give Amber the idea. And then the Washington Post was like, okay, here, write it. Don't say it's Johnny. You don't have to say any names, but you can write it. That's like the beginning of the problem right there. The article on the Sun was not the beginning. That was already happening. This was the beginning of the problem. And now what Johnny is doing, he filed this today to sue them and subpoena them, so he gets the documents that he needs to see, that everybody needs to see. Okay? About the 7 million and the 100,000 million and the half of the 7 millions and all that stuff that she said she was going to do. Okay? So it says Amber Heard made multiple attempts for Mr. Depp discovery into her proper donation of her entire divorce settlement. Okay, because half and half was going to be half to the LA Children's Hospital, which it really makes me mad, because that's where my daughter had a surgery, a major surgery. I love the Los Angeles Children's Hospital, and they work their butt off, and it's not cheap. The surgery that she got was, at least if we paid for it, we didn't because it was covered by this type of donations. It was about a $20,000 surgery. If people like her and like other rich people that they're nameless, we don't know the names, stop donating, that type of stuff and that type of service and the type of care for the children will stop. We won't have that anymore in Los Angeles. And I'm not saying that is more important because I live here. It's important all over nationwide and in the world, okay? But it really hits my heart because I know that place. And I'm not gonna say I volunteered there because I didn't. But when I was there, I saw, they have an oncology department. All they see is children. There's children there with seizures, children with cancer, every type of cancer you can imagine, and just any type of issues you can imagine. Way before COVID, not even COVID related. They do plenty of surgeries. They perform heart surgery, brain surgery. They perform kidney transplant like they did with my daughter, kidney surgery, bladder surgery. And it's just based on donations. I didn't pay for it. So who did? Not Amber Heard, but somebody else like her. So if we stop that, then we will not have that type of care for the children. That's really messed up. So it really makes me angry that she stole for something that I, in the past few years ago, took part of. And that most humans don't have this type of money to pay for surgery or for that type of care. And it's a wonderful place with wonderful people. And I'm telling you that if a surgery is $20,000, the $100,000 that she donated is nothing. It will cover toilet paper in their bathroom. It will cover their coffee machines in the hallway. It doesn't cover anything for that big of a hospital. So it's just BS. It's really horrible. She's awful. This is beyond lying about getting beat up and raped. This is lying about the dogs, lying about the children's hospital, lying about just, pretty much everything. Well, she bribed people to get her car fixed. She bribed people to get the dogs smuggled to the airport. There's so many things. And if the court in 22 pays attention to what we're saying on YouTube, when you lie once, you can lie twice. So what is it? Is anything she's saying that is actually true? I hope that the judge thinks about that. It's like there's anything that you're saying that is actually true from all the stuff you've been saying this whole time. She stole her sexual assault and rape story from Kate James, which was her assistant at the time, and Kate told her in confidence as friends a story about something that happened to her in Brazil 25 years ago. She got raped, okay, by machete gun on her head. And what Amber does, she stole that story. That's the story that she told to the papers before the Johnny Depp wife beater thing. And she used that for her advantage. And then she used the Me Too movement, which that actually pissed me off too, for her advantage. She used people like Rose McGowan, Amanda DeKinette. She used a lot of people. Now they don't even want nothing to talk to do with her because she used them, and that's what she does. So if you lie so many times, you're not going to stop because you're getting away with so much. Why would you stop? Unless you stop because you don't want to go to jail. And I don't think her brain is wired like that, like most of us. I think that she doesn't think that she's going to get caught or get in trouble. So pretty much one of the reasons that she said she didn't donate it or she didn't have time to do it or enough funds to do it is because she said that she used a lot of the money to defend herself, right, in legal fees. You can have the best lawyers in town. She does. You're not going to spend $500,000 on legal fees, but okay. And it's almost like she's trying to say, well, see, because you sue me, now I have to spend the money that you gave me for charity. So it's kind of his fault. It's always his fault. It's not hers. And like I said in my other video, she said she donated it. She didn't say, I promise to. I will do this. I'm in the process of this. Those are words that you want to say. If you're not sure that you're going to do something, don't lie. Don't lie. Just say you would love to. You are in the process of doing this. I'm working in the logistics in order to do this. You don't go and say, well, I donated it, and just talk in past tense, because people believe, like we all believe that she did. I really didn't believe it, but a lot of people believe that she did. Because the way she talked about it and the way she was so upfront with this whole, I'm donating, because she wanted to look good to the Me Too movement, to Rose McGowan, to Evan Rachel Wood, and everybody who was paying attention to her. All the attention was put on her, so when she got all this attention on her, then is when she decided to do that. She was like, guess what? And there's videos of her and all the women in the Women's March in LA blowing their own horns like they always do. So she went, guess what? I'm going to donate this. It's not a decision. It's not that she came with that plan when they were still together. I don't think so. I think that she came with that plan when she saw the attention she was getting from Me Too movement and from a lot of women and from LA Times, Washington Post, the Sun, a lot of publications, People's magazines put her on the cover of their cover with the fake bruise, the weird yellow photoshopped, really bad photoshopped job bruise. So that's when I think that's when she had the idea to do this. She's very Machiavellic, she's a very toxic person, but it's also she's not above the law. She's not a god. She cannot be above the law. She might have more opportunities and more money than we have to defend herself. She's going to have her best team of sharks and mean, evil lawyers defending her, and that's a job. That's what lawyers do. So she might have all that, but eventually these people are going to have to show the documents, especially after Johnny filed today. There's nothing around it anymore. You can't beat around the bush anymore. Seriously. Because Johnny wants to see emails. I was talking about the emails a long time ago. I was like, where are the emails from them? Where's these emails where they discuss the amount and where's the receipt? Where's the emails? Where is the donation? Like, there's something when you donate that kind of money, you think there's not going to be some type of paperwork saying that you did it, and there's nothing. And there is some, because she donated $100,000. Okay, so there is some of that, but the rest of the money, if it was, some of it was donated by Elon Musk, which it doesn't count because, okay, thank you, Elon, thank you so much. At the same time, it's like you covering her butt. Like I said, she has way too much support around and backing her up from the get-go. Seriously. So he wants to see emails correspondence between Mr. Heard and Mr. Romero, which is the director of this organization, reflecting that they receive $350,000 and $100,000 from Mr. Depp, because that's what he donated. So he donated some, but she pledged to donate the whole thing, pledged to it, sworn on it, which appears from the correspondent to be from Elon. Okay, so there's $500,000 that is from Elon. Okay, so she at least owns like $6 million. It's still a lot of money. It's still a lot of money that she pocketed. It's really dirty. It's really horrible that she did this. So Elon is believed to refer to Tesla and SpaceX founder Elon Musk, with whom Mr. Heard is alleged to have a very romantic relationship during and following her marriage to Mrs. Depp. Okay, I'm going to jumble this. The organization indicate that it will not be producing the documents. This is what they said before, not today. They will not be producing documents and testimony concerning the Washington Post without an agreement or confidentiality from her, which of course she's going to deny the agreement. When there's an agreement, with no agreement, they're not going to show the documents until today, because when I say he, I meant his team and his lawyers, subpoena the place. That's it. Apply New York law, because this happened in New York. The court should reject the ACL witness outrageous stonewalling. That's what they've been doing. Stonewalling is pretty much when you hit a wall, you know. So you're at your job or you're having a conversation with anybody and you just it's like you hit the wall, because it's like talking to the wall. That's what they did to Johnny pretty much, and it's stonewalling. Mr. Depp, I can only he respectfully requests that the New York court enter an order directing the ACLU witnesses to fully comply with the subpoenas and show the documents and the emails and the exchange. Now with the internet and everything, you can't mess around anymore. You can't say, oh, it's lost, I deleted it off my phone. Whatever, our system went down, and it's never lost. It's somewhere in the internet, on the web. It's there. Everything is there. Just the same with the men and women saying that they delete his messages because they were so traumatized, so they don't have the messages anymore. Well, it's there. It's there somewhere. If you have an iPhone, or if you have an iPad or anything that is Apple, you got it. It's there somewhere. Don't think it's not. You can delete messages all you want. You can delete, you can hack, you can delete Facebook messages from people that you don't like, but eventually if the cops wanted to get it, they're going to get it. So be careful and don't just lie. Especially don't lie about donating money to children hospitals, That's shady, Amber. So yeah, let's see. This happened today. I don't know the response yet. And we're going to know. All you're going to do is stay around on YouTube and you're going to find out more than you're going to find out by the newspapers, because we know they lie. They've been lying this whole time. Where do you think they're going to be honest now? That's kind of what I don't understand from Johnny's team. I guess when it's a subpoena, then they have to. They can't. I don't know if they can go to jail. I don't think nobody's going to go to jail from this. I see all the YouTube channels saying Amber's going to jail. I don't think it's that easy. But this is a lot of humiliation, a lot of public humiliation, blacklisted from Hollywood, not be able to work, being canceled. I think I'd rather go to jail. I'd rather go to jail than being canceled if I was a public person. So she's going to get some type of punishment going her way. I don't think it's going to be jail. But it probably might be worse than jail. Who knows? So then she saw a restraining order and divorce claiming Depp curl on the phone in her face. We know all that. Described in 2016. So the donation was divided. She said the donation was going to be divided equally between the ACLU with a particular focus to stop violence against women, right? Not people, women, and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, where she said that she volunteered for the past 10 years. Well, I don't believe that either. I don't, but who am I, right? She lied so much that I'm not going to believe that she volunteered in the hospital for 10 years, which is really something that you can just go down the street and offer yourself to volunteer, and they're going to say, yeah. But I don't think Amber did it. That's another thing that she's lying about, and I wonder if there's any record of the people that volunteer in the hospital or not. There has to be. Anyway, that's all is out there. I can't find anything else because it happened today. And dailymail.com, again, amazing people from the Daily Mail, published a series of documents early this year, however, they called the pledge into doubt. Yeah, I can't believe she pledged to it. Like, that's the problem. She shot herself on the foot from the get-go when she pledged to donate. She shouldn't have said that. We revealed that within days of her remarks, Edward White, certified public accountant, wrote Children's Hospital Los Angeles enclosing a check for $100,000 only. I'm telling you, for that hospital, $100,000 is nothing. It's just hand sanitizer money, toilet paper, like the coffee machine that the nurses use. They can't do nothing with $100,000. But that's another thing altogether. So the hospital was thrilled, right? The CEO of the hospital, Paul Viviano, meanwhile thanked Amber Heard for her tremendous gift in a gushing media statement. This is all she wanted. She wanted a statement from the hospital guy, from everybody, right? So she could use this in court later, which she has. Her support was life-saving treatments and cures for critically ill children. This is... I feel really personal about this. It was beyond messed up. She blames him for the delay, saying, The Amber Heard has been forced to spend millions defending herself against false accusations made against her in the ongoing defamation case. Well, your legal fees should have come up from another box, piggy bank that you have, not from the donation box. I believe that she spent a lot of money on legal fees, maybe like $1 million, maybe, but it should not come from the donation money. It should come from somebody else. Just get your friend Elon Musk to pay for your legal fees. I don't know, which is probably what he did. So she still owns like 5 or 6 million. Still a lot. And just based on the lie, on the pledge to do it and then not done it is it's messed up enough. There's nothing. I think there's nothing more shameful than, everybody is shamed, but the women, they're accusing Manson, they are horrible. Amber's horrible, but the fact when you just pledge to do this, and you go out on talk shows and every magazine you can, and you go and tell this to Evan Rachel Wood, and when you say something to Evan Rachel Wood, it's going to go to Rose McGowan, and it's going to go to the Me Too movement, and it's going to get everywhere, and you're getting all this attention from being such a lifesaver person that donates millions to a hospital, and you didn't. Like I said, the people that are backing her up are not innocent. That she would not be able to do this if she didn't have so much support from publications and it's not just Elon Musk. There's all the people behind it helping her out with this. I really believe so. So I want to play like a 1 minute video so we get even more frustrated and angry at her.
When you said all this, and then there was a divorce settlement, you got $7 million. People were saying this is all about the money, but then you did something that twisted that whole argument. What did you do with that money?
$7 million in total was donated to, I split it between the ACLU and Children's Hospital of Los Angeles.
I split it. It was donated. ED at the end. I split it. Past sentence. So stupid, Amber. Amazing. Like that, and not amazing, it's horrible, but I just can't. In her body language is so messed up. She cannot even look at this guy in the eyes. Like, she's like this and this. She cannot even look at him when she says this.
$7 million in total. Split it between the ACLU and Children's Hospital of Los Angeles.
And the way oh my God, that's loud. That's part of their show. I can't believe it. And that's a little show she went to. That is not even a big show. But she didn't go to Oprah, right? But she went everywhere else, to Good Morning America. I remember seeing her Good Morning America. She went, The View wasn't The View anymore, but it was something else. She went everywhere talking about her generous donations. And she should have just hold up to it and see if Elon was going to do it or not, and just figured it out and word it differently. Not say that you already did it. Dumb dim. Anyway, so I will make a video on her bruises and her cut lip. They was covered with red lipstick. Then I'm going to show you that it's possible to cover something with red lipstick, but it's not possible that she was moving all over the damn place on that interview if she had a cut lip and a broken nose, and she was making a bunch of movements, way more than I'm making right now, because she's so dramatic, right? And even moving like this, if you have a bruised rib, it's really painful. And this reminds me of the same girls, the Manson women. The Manson woman, in this case, Ashley Morgan, that told People's Magazine that she went through the airport with a broken nose. She went to the airport with a broken nose, and nobody helped her out. Nobody said anything, right? Because when she left Manson and she escaped Manson's cage, she went to the airport to go to Japan, I think for another job. And what the photographer is going to not turn you down if you are bruised all over the place and say, well, what's going on? We can't work together, but maybe can I help you with something? How did she was able to do all those photo shoots if Manson beat the crap out of her? That's another story, right? Altogether. It's not a coincidence this happens like in such a pattern, And I think that if it wasn't for Amber Heard and her keep winning and winning and winning, and some of these Manson women would not be so confident about what they're doing, but they are, because Amber got away with it and got $7 million. Maybe we can get some. They were never married to him, so I don't know. Maybe they can get some. I hope they don't, because I hope that Manson and his team fight this and they don't settle and go, well, this is too stressful. It's too much. Let's just give some, $1 million to each of them and shut them up. I hope he doesn't do that, because he knows he's innocent. A lot of people support him. So I hope he doesn't settle, and I hope these women don't take the money if he's trying to, which they will, because that's what they're doing it. Amber did it for the money, and then she got caught into this attention-seeking victim narcissistic crap that she got caught out into it. But with the women, with Manson women, it's different, because they have some attention now, but they haven't got attention from years and years and years and years like Amber. Before this, nobody knew who Ashley Waters was, or Ashley Morgan, or Esme Bianco, just because of Game of Thrones. That's it. Otherwise, you wouldn't even know who she was. So the attention they're getting is a new, fresh thing. So they're going to milk it for maybe 6 more months, or until 2021 is over. And eventually, I think he's going to file for defamation. But I think it's going to take a couple of years. I'm not negative. I'm not being pessimistic. I just don't think things go so fast. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be Marilyn Manson or Johnny Depp, and we see how slow things are. So even if he decides to sue them for defamation, like Johnny's doing with Amber, it might just take a couple of years. And in the meantime, I hope people stop believing everything they see just because they see it in the newspaper. Just because it's in the newspaper, it's not true. We've been lied before about bigger things than this. This is celebrity stuff. We've been lied about a lot of politics and bomb threats and terrorism. We've been lied to. So why you are swallowing this and believing it without asking questions, without doing the research, without getting on YouTube and watch a couple of videos, and all it takes is do some research, and you see that the dates don't make sense. Nothing makes sense. And like I said, if you lie once, you're gonna lie again. If you lie about dogs, you lie about children. You can lie about you bribe somebody to fix your car because you did. Just little things like that you and I might if we do that, it won't be a big deal. No, it won't. It won't. And people do that all the time. But it's a big deal when you are in a court case for defamation, that if you look like a liar. So that's what I think, and that's what a lot of people think. So I don't even feel scared or worried about me saying anything anymore, because there's so many people on Johnny's side and Manson's side, and I keep naming both of them in the same videos because it's related. It's not a coincidence that they're best friends. Do you think so? No, it is not. So it's related, and eventually it's gonna come. We're gonna come through the other side, hopefully with some type of law that, like even Richard Wood and Esme Bianco draft the Phoenix Act. Maybe we can have some type of law in the future that stops people from throwing this defamation things around. Maybe. And I'm talking about people. I'm not saying women against men or men against women. Something. Some type of law that would require the publications especially to fact check and to see what's up and ask for medical reports and psychiatrist reports and things before they go, like, this person had bruises and she has panic attacks, and nobody's checking anything. And I feel like that we are on that type of moment in history right now, that nobody checks anything, and it's like, well, you just have to believe it just because. I refuse to be like that, and I'm not like that with I refuse in a lot of aspects of life, not just in the domestic violence things. I'm not going to just believe it because you say it to me and because you are who you are, or because you got more money than me, or you are in some type of power we usually are in really different power exchange. So people like, I am going to be less than a lawyer, right? Or a heart, surgeon, or a cop, or shouldn't be, but we are going to be less than them. So there's like this power exchange all the time in life, all the time, that if we don't have some laws against that, then people can get away with absolutely everything. The person who you're renting for can knock at the door and just kick you out, right? Because you didn't pay rent. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's like it's constantly a power struggle all of us humans go through. Since we were little kids, we go through this power struggle with the bullies in school, with the teachers in school, with our parents, and we do what they want and what we think is right. So when you are 18 and up and you become an adult, what's cool to do is to start asking questions. And even before the internet, people were going to libraries and reading about things. And those are the type of people that I want to associate myself with and ask questions. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're all wrong. I don't think so. There's more pointing at the fact that they're innocent than there's pointing at the fact they're guilty. So just feelings are not facts. I can have a gut feeling that Brad Pitt hit Angelina Jolie. It doesn't, I can't go to court with a feeling, you can't, you shouldn't. I say that because it's been around. I hope that she doesn't follow on this whole thing, but it's been around that he did that to her son. And I can say, that somebody raped somebody, and if nobody medically check on it, they're gonna believe it. It's something that happened 10 years ago, 11 years ago, like in their case. Ashley Morgan is talking about 10 years ago. She's saying, I was a young girl. You were not a young girl. You were 26 years old. Honey bunny. That's not young. Okay, so I hope these people respond to Johnny, and they show his team what he needs to see, what they need to see. And if they're wrong, they're wrong. But we know they're not, because she didn't donate it. Don't pledge to something that you're not able to do, okay?